What's up, folks? This is Josh back here from Inside Wrestling Truth. This is another WrestleMania review. We did a couple weeks ago. We did WrestleMania. Then we did WrestleMania 2. Today we are doing WrestleMania 3. During this time, Hulkamania is running wild. It's March 29th, 1987. We are in the Pontiac Silverdome from Pontiac, Michigan. This is the biggest wrestling event of all time to this point, and would be for many years. So let's get on into the review of this event. We open up with Aretha Franklin singing America the Beautiful. Then we open up with the announcers. We have Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura, Bob Uecker, and the lady from Entertainment Tonight. Can't really remember her name offhand. We start off with tag team action. We have the Can-Am Connection. This was Rick Martel and Tom Zink. Many of y'all remember him as the Z-Man. He spent he had a brief stint in the WWF. The research that I looked up and found, I don't know how true this is, it's the internet, but he didn't want to deal with the schedule that the WWF had at the time. Later on, this tag team would be rebuilt as a strike force with Tito Santana and Rick Martel, but in this match it was Rick Martel and Tom Zink versus the magnificent Don Morocco and Ace Cowboy Bob Orton, who was managed by Mr. Fuji. This was a pretty good opening match. It had two different styles. You had Martel and Zink, who were fast, and you had Orton and Morocco, who were powerful. This was a pretty good match, like I said. It got 3 stars out of 5 on my list. The Can-Am Connection would pick up the win. I can't really remember if I think Orton got pinned. No, Morocco got pinned. One of the members of the Can-Am Connection was behind him and tripped him, and the other one rolled him up and pinned him, and that's how they got the win. But, good match to open up WrestleMania 3 with. Then we go to a video package. We see the history of Billy Jack Haynes and Hercules Hernandez, or Hercules, whatever you may know him as. Mean Gene interviews Bobby Heenan and Hercules. Bobby Heenan does most of the talking, which was smart on part of the WWF. I don't like to talk ill about the dead, but Hercules wasn't the best promo guy in the world. Then we go to the match. We have Billy Jack Haynes versus Hercules. This match, if you remember this feud, it was over the full Nelson move. They had both been going back and forth. Billy Jack Haynes had always used it, and Hercules kind of said, this is my move. I'm gonna use it. So that's what started the feud. Whoever won this match was supposed to use the finisher. That never happened because it was a double count out. I believe it was a double count out. So it was a draw. Not the best match in the world. I only gave it 2.5 stars. But I guess it was a decent feud to put on the WrestleMania 3 card. Then we go back to Mean Gene again. He interviews King Kong Bundy. This is setting up for the match between King Kong Bundy and his midgets, or Hillbilly Jim and his midgets. King Kong Bundy and their midgets would come out to the ring. We would go backstage and get another promo from Hillbilly Jim and his midgets. This match, really nothing really took place. You know, the midgets would wrestle each other. I don't even remember if Hillbilly Jim got in the ring at all, but I remember King Kong Bundy. He started power slamming the midgets, and then all the midgets turned on him. Really silly stuff here. And Hillbilly Jim and his midgets would pick up the win by disqualification, but all the midgets and Hillbilly Jim rode off together in the sunset, I guess, type shit. But this match only got 2 stars because it was short and it was really silly. But I guess if you like midget wrestling, you could have got into this, I guess. Then we go backstage. We get a promo. The lady from Entertainment Tonight is trying to interview Miss Elizabeth, and the Macho Man comes in and cuts her off. And that's the end of that promo. Then we go, Harley Race, JYD history. You know, we go and see everything that's built up to this feud. We get a promo from Harley Race, Bobby Heenan, and the Fabulous Moolah. And then we get a promo from the Junkyard Dog. The loser of this match must bow. You know, because Harley Race was the king. This was a decent match. You know, you had JYD, who was a really good entertainer in the ring. You had Harley Race, who was one of my all-time favorites, by the way, was coming towards the end of his career, but he could still work. You know, he was still very smart in the ring. But Harley Race would pick up this win. I believe he used the ropes for the 1, 2, 3. I can't really remember. So JYD kind of does the bow thing. But then he beats up Harley Race, and he puts on Harley Race's crown and his cape. I gave this match 3 stars out of 5, mainly for creativity, not in-ring work. I thought it was a really good angle, and I thought it was put together pretty good as well. Then we go to the back, and we have a rare Vince McMahon sighting. Vince McMahon would interview Hulk Hogan. Excuse me. During this time, you know, Hulk Hogan is the man. He's talking about his match with Andre the Giant. You know, he goes off into a deep promo. You know how Hogan used to do it. But that's about it there. Then we go to tag team action. Short match. We have the Fabulous Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond Rougeau, versus Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine. You know, they were the dream team, Beefcake and Valentine, managed by Jimmy Hart, but they also had Dino Bravo accompanying them, and you know, everybody didn't know why they had 3 members, but I'm getting ready to let you know why. I only gave this match 2.5 stars because it was very short, but this was a good angle. You know, Beefcake and Valentine would pick up the win. The referee's back was turned, and Dino Bravo would get outside interference and help him pick up the win. Up until this point in the WWF at the time, we had always seen Brutus Beefcake as a heel. Beefcake didn't like that Dino Bravo interfered in their match, and Beefcake would not leave with Dino Bravo and Greg Valentine. This, we wasn't really sure yet, but this being the face turn of Brutus Beefcake. And later on in the show, he would actually become the barber, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But I only gave it 2.5 stars because it was a short match. Then we go to another video package. We have Adrian Adonis and Hot Rod Roddy Piper's history. We have an Adrian Adonis promo. We don't get a promo from Piper. If you remember during this time, I guess it was just part of the storyline, but this was actually supposed to be Roddy Piper's last match. Then we go to Adrian Adonis versus Piper. Everybody else at WrestleMania that year would ride out the motorized ring, if y'all remember that, but Piper wouldn't. He would just walk out. Then we have Adrian, like I said, we have Adrian Adonis versus Piper. The loser has their head shaved or cut, whatever you want to say. I gave this match 3 stars out of 5 as well. I thought Piper and Adonis worked a pretty good match. Piper would pick up the win, and this, you know, out of nowhere, we see Brutus Beefcake come down to the ring with scissors. They cut Adrian Adonis's hair, and this night is where you would see Brutus Beefcake become Brutus the Barber Beefcake. This wouldn't be Piper's last match for, I mean, he would wrestle for years and years and years after this, so I guess it was just part of the storyline. Then we go to 6-man tag action. First we have a Hart Foundation promo. We had Jimmy Hart, Bret Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and the referee Danny Davis. Now, we go to the ring. We have, like I said, the Hart Foundation and Danny Davis versus the Bulldogs and Tito Santana. I thought this match is very, very underrated on the card. I really enjoyed it. You know, some people may think I'm crazy, but I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. The Hart Foundation and Danny Davis would pick up the win. Danny Davis would use the Jimmy Hart's megaphone, and I believe he hit Davey Boy in the head with it to pick up the win. But a really good match. Anytime the Hart Foundation and the Bulldogs were in a match against each other, it seemed like it was great. And you know, you add Tito Santana to that equation, and it's just going to make it that much better. Excuse me. We go backstage again. We have more interviews. We have Mean Gene interviewing Bobby Heenan and Andre the Giant. I believe at this time it's just Bobby Heenan. Andre the Giant doesn't speak. We go back out to the ring for more action. We have Hacksaw Butch Reed with Slick, the Doctor of Style Slick, versus Coco Beware. Really nothing here to talk about, although I always like Butch Reed. I give this match 2.5 stars out of 5. He would of course beat Coco Beware. I think Coco Beware, I think he put just about every superstar he ever got in the ring with over. But they would pick up the win. And Tito Santana would come down to the ring, and he would actually attack Slick and rip his suit all up, choke him with his suit. Funny stuff, guys. Then we go to another video package. We have Macho Man and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's history. Some of the best stuff that I've seen from either one of these guys. This feud was absolutely amazing. We have a Macho Man promo that is fantastic. We have a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat promo that is fantastic. And then we go to the ring for this match. We have Macho Man, Intercontinental Champion. This is an Intercontinental title match. We have Macho Man with Elizabeth versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with George the Animal Steel. Most people that are pro wrestling historians or grew up in the 80s, or even some wrestling fans that are coming up now, know about this match. This match was truly phenomenal. It was great. Just the art of a pro wrestling match. This match defined that. I gave it 5 stars out of 5 stars. Just an amazing match. There's so many good things that happened in this match. I'd be here all day if I talked about it, but like I said, Ricky's Dragon Steamboat would pick up the win. He would hit him with the small package and with the 1, 2, 3. The Steamboat would leave the Intercontinental title with the Intercontinental title, and he would lose it to Honky Tonk Man not long afterwards. But just a phenomenal match. One of the best matches. Not only is it one of the best matches in WrestleMania history, it's one of the best fucking matches in wrestling history. I will go out on a limb and say it's definitely probably my favorite It's my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. We go backstage. We have a Jake the Snake Roberts and Alice Cooper promo. We have a Honky Tonk Man and Jimmy Hart promo. If you remember, this is where they this feud is where they did the double switch. Jake Roberts was heel, Honky Tonk Man was face, and Honky Tonk Man wasn't getting over at the time, and he would get booed every time he came out. So they did the switch at the Snake Pit, where this is the incident where Honky Tonk Man hit Jake the Snake Roberts with the wrong guitar. So we would have Jake the Snake Roberts versus Honky Tonk Man. This was a really good feud. It had been building up for a while. I gave this match 3.5 stars out of 5. Thought it was very good. You know, we all know what a great worker Jake the Snake was, but I don't think Honky Tonk Man gets enough credit for the type of worker he was. Good match. Honky Tonk Man will pick up the win. I do believe he used the ropes as well for the pin. Something of that nature. After the match, Honky Tonk Man takes off, leaves Jimmy Hart in the ring. Jake the Snake grabs up Jimmy Hart, and Alice Cooper puts the snake on Jimmy Hart. He about has a heart attack. Funny shit. Another match that we have is tag team action. We have Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkoff. They come on down to the ring. They're with Slick. They start to sing their national anthem. This is where we see the WrestleMania debut of Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan would come down and interrupt their deal. So we would have Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkoff versus the Killer Bees. Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkoff. This match goes back and forth. It's actually not a bad match. I fucking gave it 3 stars out of 5. Maybe it was overlooked because it was the match before the main event. But I thought it was pretty good versus the Killer Bees. Sheik and Volkoff would pick up the win because Duggan would run in the ring and smack him with the 2x4, and they would pick up the win by disqualification. Then we go backstage. Mean Gene interviews Andre the Giant, who talks this time, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby the Brain Heenan reminds everybody that this man has never lost a wrestling match. He's going to be the next world champion, and Bobby Heenan's going to be managing the next world champion. You know, there's a lot of guys from that era that I miss, but I think Bobby Heenan is by far one of the ones that I miss the most. We go back, we see Hogan and Andre's history of how they were friends, how they were in the Piper's Pit, and he ripped Hogan's chain off. Then we go, Mean Gene interviews Hogan. Hogan is He's amped up. He's ready. He's looking like $1 million, like he just popped out of I don't know, dude. He looked like a fucking statue type deal. Then we have the WWF Championship match. We have challenger Andre the Giant versus WWF Champion Hulk Hogan. I gave this match 3.5 stars out of 5. I give it 4 stars out of 5. This match, you know, to a lot of people, was the moment in WrestleMania. This match, this feud, is what packed all of those people in the Pontiac Silverdome. When Hogan slammed Andre, it's one of those moments that you never forget, that you see time and time again every time WrestleMania rolls around. It was Andre passing the torch to Hogan. It's just that moment, you know, in WrestleMania history that nobody will ever forget. You know, it wasn't the best match on the night. You know, Savage and Steamboat was, but this match, it was the best moment of the night, hands down. Really enjoyed it. I've seen this match 1,000,000 times, and I always enjoy going back and watching it. It was just a historic moment in WWF history and in WrestleMania history. That's my review on WrestleMania 3. I love this event. I gave it 10 stars out of 10 stars. I thought it was really put together really well. And it delivered. And it's a fun event to watch. It's a fun time. And WrestleMania 3 is one of the greatest ones of all time. I'll be back next week with the WrestleMania 4, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. It means a lot. Everybody that watches my channel. Thank you, guys. I try to go back and sub to everybody that subs to me, but if I don't, I apologize. But I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.